Hey guys, Dr. Ian here. Today I want to talk about the most common problem areas that I see in my desk workers that cause shoulder pain. So if we're talking about somebody that sits at a desk for work, a lot of times their ergonomics aren't perfect. And so they might have their hands too far forward or too high, and their shoulders get elevated for hours on end. And so a lot of my desk workers come in with the same type of pain in the same areas over and over again. And so we had to work on, one, fixing the ergonomics, but two, come up with some ideas that they can treat themselves to work on those nasty little trigger points that they get in the muscles caused by this repetitive motion or repetitive positioning every single day. So what I'm going to do today is kind of point out the main areas that I see are affected the most, and then give you some easy things to do at home to combat that. So one of the most common ones I see right away in terms of an area that's sore, tight, and maybe has a trigger point in the muscle is an area called the upper trap, which is right up here. There'll be a nasty big bump right there that, it's hard to get stretched out. It can cause a headache, like a tension headache up into the side of the head. And people just complain about this area all the time. So a stretch for that area is an upper trap stretch, and what you would do is turn your head down and away and let the weight of your hand pull your head down. And we would do this stretch for 30 seconds, and you can kind of rotate your head and kind of feel you might find a stretch or a position that's a little better. And that's a good one because you can do it at home, you can do it at work, you can do it on the hour while you're at work to kind of work on decreasing that tension in your upper trap. Now, if you're at home, something you can buy for at home is called a Theracane. And I like these for my patients that struggle with this because it's not a huge investment. It may just be, I think they're like $30, but this guy hooks right in, and you can really just use your own hands to dig into those trigger points and really massage through. And so this is a really good tool for home. Like I said, small investment. And you can really work some of those tough spots out. I've got a big one right there as we speak. I really like Theracanes combined with stretching throughout the day to combat, again, that shoulder pain at the top of the shoulder. Another common area that gets a lot of people is right on top of the shoulder blade, on the back part of their shoulder. And so we'll see trigger points in that area on the posterior rotator cuff, and they can refer pain down the arm, and they're just really bothersome for people. And so what I like to do is give people a stretch, but also a way that they can self-massage that area. So the first thing I'm going to do is show you the stretch that I like. It's easy to do. It's called the sleeper stretch. They call it that because it's like you're sleeping. You're laying on your side. You're going to put the arm you're stretching straight out, bend the arm, and then you're going to use the other hand to bring that down. And you'll feel a stretch all across the back of your shoulder. It's an easy stretch to do. You don't want to jam it down. It's just a nice little pull. Super easy. 30 seconds, 2 to 3 sets. Do it on the daily. Really good stretch for that posterior shoulder tightness and pain. What I'm going to do next is hop up and show you how to work on that area with a tennis or lacrosse ball so you can get some pressure into that area and work on getting some of those knots worked out. And I find that to be really helpful for people, again, at home or the office. And then I'm going to give you a really good, easy exercise you can do daily to work on scapular or shoulder blade stability, and a postural exercise that helps stabilize your shoulder blades and just keep you in a more upright position and keep those areas healthier. So stay tuned for that next. All right, guys, so next we're going to talk about how to self-massage that area on the back part of your shoulder that gets tight on a lot of people that sit all day. So what you're going to do at home is you grab a tennis ball. You can use a lacrosse ball. They're a little firmer. And you're just going to kind of push it into the back of your shoulder and then get it between you and the wall and just roll around. And you might have to do some digging to figure out, like I've got a really nice trigger point right there. And once you find those, you're just kind of rolling on the back part of your shoulder there. I like to pull it this way and keep the arm fixed. And I'm on one right now. I'll roll up and down, circular patterns. And I'm just kind of right on top of the back part of my shoulder and shoulder blade. And I just roll there. It usually takes 20 to 30 seconds until that pain goes away. And then you can just go find another one. The other thing you can do is roll that all the way between the space of your shoulder blade and your spine and just work up and down in that area, kind of at the top corner of your shoulder blade, and you will find that you have a lot of trigger points and nasty little spots in through there. If you can't keep the ball between you and the wall, a little pro tip is to put it in a tube sock. Drape the sock over your arm. That way you hold the sock here and you can adjust the height, move it all around that shoulder blade. Again, working on some of those trigger points that can cause a lot of pain. All right, guys, the next exercise is called a wall angel, and that's going to be for shoulder stability for the desk worker. Really good, easy exercise to do. You're going to stand up against the wall, getting your butt back against the wall. You want your low back to be against the wall or glued to the wall. Your feet are about 10 to 12 inches from the wall. My knees are slightly bent. From there, I bring my arms up, and I want my elbows, forearms, and hands, or the back of my hands, against the wall. From there, keeping all points of contact, I'm moving my arms up and down. What you'll notice is sometimes some people's low back wants to, their belly drifts forward and the ribs flare up off the wall. You want to keep your ribs down, low back against the wall, and you're just moving your arms as much as you can up and down without those areas coming off. The other areas that pop off are the hands will come off the wall as you go up or down. You want to try to keep it against the wall. Not everybody can do that at first, but that's what we're working towards. And a lot of people lose head contact. So keep them all glued to the wall, 10 to 15 reps, up and down, keeping your shoulders down. Great exercise for shoulder stability and posture. Hope it helps, and we'll talk to you soon.